tonight and establish himself in the middle with his dominance.
Shaq to jump against Longley, Chicago ball in the first quarter, but no Shaq, no Pippen for that one. Pippen with the game's first shot. Both he and Michael were ice cold at Golden State. Here is Fisher. And Shaq with Longley trying to defend against him, shoots it over and hits, plus the foul.
Now the first thing that you'll notice about Chicago and LA,
only 49% from the line, and that won't help it. Jordan misses his first one. Fisher to the foul line for the jumper. He had 4 points and 9 assists without any turnovers, playing in play, then brings it back up top to Fisher. Stripped by Pippen. Back he comes in transition. Dishes to Michael.
Now on the fast break, you see Pippen comes down and Jordan has ran the lane wide, which lets him have the ability to... Now Michael wants to come out early. He takes it behind his back here and he's going to shoot the little fade away. Now you'll see him here, he uses the screen set by Longley, the pump fake, the fundamentals, the simple fundamentals of the game is what makes him great.
Harper. The Lakers trailing 12-9, come back, and Jones wants to tie it, but can't. Gets his own rebound, and the All-Star has it shoved back in his face by Longley. Loose ball to Pippen. Jordan. Harper is there for the rebound, and they get a fresh 24. Harper takes it right in.
Matching the intensity and the energy of Los Angeles right now.
And Longley is going to bring Shaq better than 60% from the field and under 50% from the line.
Well, let's talk with the rim. So it's hard for him to get touch on the basketball.
As we come back after the timeout, here's Rick Fox driving into the lane around Pippen into the right hand off the glass.
That's what LA has.
Games on this road trip, and he's got 3 so far today. Throws it away, trying to return it to Joe Klein. Bulls have won at Vancouver, at Portland, and at Golden State. Shaq from just inside the line puts it through.
You know, they should do more of that in terms of bringing Shaq out on the floor and let him using his dribble and his penetration around him. A lot of times they get stagnant and just use him underneath.
Pittman left hands it up and it spins out. Rodman. Fox has Jordan on a switch, spins past him into a crowd. Body contact with Shaq, no call, and Fisher has it.
For himself, but he's looking to make keys and he will hit the open shot.
As demonstrated right there off an assist from Shaq, who will pass out of a double team better than most people realize.
Yeah, Shaq is a very good passer. You can do it all. You know, he passes, he defends. He's quite an athlete. He's quite a player.
Joe Klein misses. Rodman and Blunt go at it, and Rodman picks up the loose ball foul. Surprising to some people that Eldon Campbell has their occasional lack of intensity. That was this week after a loss to New Jersey. And now here comes Kobe. He doesn't start for his own team, but the fans said he should start in the All-Star game, so he will. A week from tonight at Madison Square Garden. He leads everyone in the NBA in terms of points off the bench, averaging 17.5 points a game as a reserve. Bryant has Kukoc around the Klein screen. Now Michael.
Michael's got a good shooting rhythm going.
Pippen can't control it. And on the Bulls turnover, the Lakers have it back.
In one of these years.
Judd Bushler just in. Misses long. Kukoc has the rebound. It's wrested away from him, though, by Mario Bennett. Bennett to Bryant, into a crowd and off the glass.
Now, Mario Bennett is a speed player. He's one of them guys who...
Out of the backcourt with Jones on his right. Jordan had him defensively. Jones from the side. It's good for 3. And the quiet All-Star.
Back and bite you.
LA on a 13-2 run. Michael from 20. Fouled as he let it go. Eddie Jones picks up his first. And you can go online to msnbcsports.com and cast your ballots for the NBA midseason survey. Voting for MVP, Coach of the Year. A few sequences. Here's Fox to Jones, and Jones with the up and under.
Now, what makes this fast break happen is that he runs his lanes wide, and he's able to elevate and go up under Joe Klein. That's what made that play happen. You know,
last 10 seconds of the quarter. Kobe on Michael. To the foul line, the jumper over him, and that's the way the first quarter will conclude.
And when I used to come in and watch the Lakers compete against the Celtics, everything that I learned about winning in the NBA, I learned from Magic Johnson and this Lakers organization and the Boston Celtics and Larry Bird. Definitely can win at this pace. You know, this is definitely, I think this is more the Bulls' place than the Lakers' place. Inside and outside. LA has yet to establish Shaquille in the low block. He's done some things from the perimeter. They need to get him on the... You know, his hands are very active. They're at great intensity, but you see he steps right on the line, and then he steps right back in.
Bryant into the lane. Shaq to follow with some emphasis.
That's where he has to be. See, that's Shaq's gangster game. That's when he just takes a basket. You know, Kobe. But you got Kobe coming down the lane, but what makes it is Shaq positions himself, and he goes over Longley. Now watch Shaq as he positions himself, times it as it comes out, and goes over Longley.
A moment ago, Pippen picked up his second foul. Bryant at the line when we come back. Lakers by 6. Rodman from Kukoc, way off. Bryant coming across, looking for Bennett. Now Fox fills the lane. Bennett was open initially, but Fox, trailing the play, gets the hoop, and he has 14.
We'll get it to him later.
LA by 8. Randy Brown scoots to the baseline. Shaq knocks it away. Brown saves it in, and Kukoc has it. Brown brings them to within 6. Giving him a variety of moves, then shooting it in his face, and Pippen fouls it. Let's go back and take a look at the Kobe drop. Here's Kobe at the line after being fouled by Pippen.
First All-Star game was in New Jersey, and I walked out on
Brown double team, finds Longley. Luke Long, air ball, grabbed by Burrell, who sticks it in. Lakers by 3. Bryant over Michael. Shaq to follow.
That's Shaq Daddy. You know, he underneath.
Center, used in this first half by Phil Jackson. Brown over Fisher, and drilling it home. And this is lost. Here comes Eddie Jones right into our lap. Cameraman goes sprawling. Eddie Okuno, our cameraman. You okay, Eddie? Shaken up a little, but stays in the game.
Well, you know, it's a big game. You know, look at the hustle of Eddie Jones. You know, and this, you know, here comes the cameraman. Look. Oh!
Man, it looks like earthquake footage. With Kobe up on him. The whole bag of tricks, but the shot doesn't fall.
Nice tip by Rodman.
Burrell to the floor, surrounded by a group of Lakers, and a jump ball.
See, that's basketball. You know, diving on the floor, loose balls, everybody scrambling. That's what the fans appreciate.
At the foul line in front of the Bulls basket, with Wennington going against Derek Fisher, a mid long. Burrell with the rebound. Wennington left alone. Rodman this time on Shaq. Fisher, short. Chases his own rebound to the corner. Look at this, a bid to make the highlight film, and another try. More conventional, and there's the 2.
You know, he's a do-it-all kind of guy. You know, he's a point guard. He comes in here and he tries to create, but he'll stick with it. You know, he knows that was a bad shot, so he tries to get it. So now...
So Fisher getting a chance to play and making the most of it as Burrell slams one at the other end. Fisher. Fox for 3. Short with it. Fisher slams to the floor. Great no-look pass.
Now he'll get on the floor here. He dives out on the floor, and he knows that there's 2 people behind him, so he gives the no-look in the finish by Corey Blunt. Down.
Fisher again. This one doesn't fall. But he fights forward, saves it in. Fisher's all over the floor. Here's Blunt.
The LA has the young team that they are. They go up and down.
Burrell loses as he cuts through the lane. Fox back. Jones. Off the Fox alley-oop.
That's what all the kids in the park and the playground will go out after the game and try to practice that move.
Timeout, Chicago. A pumped-up Derek Fisher. And Michael has 20 in the first half. Eddie Jones back. Can't control the dribble. Burrell has it. Burrell pulls up, confronted by Shaq. Brown around Fisher, and now Pippen with the left hand.
Now see, this is where experience comes in. This is where the vets come out. You know, at the end of the half, now they'll make a push. They've withstood the challenge from LA, and now they'll try to make their push here to go in at the half up 5 or 6.
Tied at 47. At one point, the Lakers led by 8. Rodman trying to muscle with Shaq. He thought O'Neal may have traveled, but instead the foul is called.
You got Shaq coming into the low post. He positions himself. He gets deep into the post. Once he's that deep, he's hard to stop, so you got to foul him. You're better off fouling him.
The double team who was hit with the first automatically become the 4th leading scorer if he maintains his presence. Bryant with Burrell on him. Jordan guarding Shaq. Burrell coming over on the double team. Shaq over Rodman.
But see, that's where Shaq is trying to develop his finesse game. He hasn't got his finesse game down yet. He came
27 for the season, which is just about his career average, too. Pippen for 3. Jordan fades and fires over Shaq.
Oh, that was nice. It was nice because he took the bump from Shaq and he was strong enough to follow through with it on the fade.
Eddie Jones quickly back. That's a big part of his game in transition that way.
Fast court game. It seems to me that the Bulls are kind of comfortable in that with that pace.
Yeah, but, you know, we're better at it than them. You know, now the Bulls want to run, no question about it. They have, you know, we're going to Shaq. You don't know what they're going to do. Michael, Scotty, Luke Longley is playing well, so they got a little bit more options than we have.
You know, we could probably do the second half and let Bob and Isaiah go get a hot dog.
You and Bob take the second half off.
I got you.
Pippen into the lane, flips one up, no good. And the rebound to Corey Blunt.
Now, the energy has to continue for Los Angeles. Keep pushing it, keep dragging it to the basket.
Derek Fisher does just that. This is the game's biggest lead. It was a 4-point differential at halftime. The Lakers come out.
You know, Lakers have to continue to push the ball. You know, Chicago has tired legs. They played last night. They're a lot older than the Los Angeles Lakers. You're in the dog days of...
After the 22nd timeout, Jordan with it for Chicago and over the head of Longley, and the Bulls immediately turn it over.
You see LA right now, you know, Derek Fisher ran over.
Are up by 13. And now they lose it again. Here comes Fisher. Ahead to Fox. On the run. The basket and one.
That's exactly what Los Angeles wants to do. See, the three-point shot, anytime you see a three-point shot with an 8 to 10 point, and you got another chance to make a three-point play. See, the defense intensity hasn't picked up. They come out, they're pushing the ball. They want Chicago to use energy. Harper can't get there to take the offensive foul. Fox goes around him and has a chance for a three-point play. And off a Jordan screen.
Jordan lets it go and can't end the Chicago drought. Shaq has it. Here comes Fisher. Out of the corner, Jones for 3.
Knows how to kill a bluff.
Foul Chicago ball on the side. Longley, a 16-footer. And finally, Chicago is on the board in the second half.
To keep the energy and keep pounding.
Shaq. The Lakers are 7 for 7 from the floor in the third. Jordan from Longley. Spins out. Shaq has it. Pegging it ahead. Jordan back with Jones, and Michael comes up with the steal. Pippen's 3 isn't there. And a whistle off the rebound battle. Longley down the lane with the left-hand slam.
See, Chicago wants to slow the game down.
With both Chicago baskets in the quarter. Here's Eddie Jones to the reverse.
Nice. That's the little simple things. At Temple, I'm sure John Chaney taught that the back cut. He didn't teach him that, though. See, the up, the under, the reverse, the left hand. Learn how to use your right hand in your left hand. If he would have tried to shoot that.
Jordan guarded by Bryant. Takes him inside and banks it home.
You see?
Here is Kobe to the baseline for the slam. He's got 10. And the foul is on Chicago.
You see Kobe going baseline, and he elevates with two hands, and he jumps off the wrong foot, which throws Luke Longley off balance, and he's able to elevate over top of him.
Longley, his pass intercepted by Fisher.
The champion out. You can't give him any life here.
Jordan spins at the foul line and hits. 26 for Michael.
Energy to go up and down. Now Chicago is going to start.
Well, that should energize things just a bit.
Shaq put a stop off. Safe shots. You know, they're trying to weather the storm here to get back into it.
Intercepted by Bryant. Jordan is back with him. Kobe fouled by Michael. And before the shot, no basket.
And when you got the young legs and the young energy.
That's the first on Michael. Kobe unleashes a three. Oh, it's there.
See, the Chicago guys are standing around right now. Embarrass Chicago.
Michael slows LA's momentum at least a little, and he's got 28. Here's Blunt finding Jones. Another potential dagger as he sticks the three in there.
You know, when we talked to Shaq yesterday.
I think that, you know, we're going to be the future. He's 19. I'm still young. I'm only 25. I think that, you know, that's our 1-2 punch.
Can sell out the arena. You know, when Shaq goes on the road, he can sell it out just like Jordan does.
Here's Eldon Campbell in the doghouse a bit, trying to add to a 25-point lead as the third quarter draws to a close. Eldon Campbell over Caffey. They're up by 27. Burrell out of the corner. It's a 2-point basket for him.
But one day he'd show up and he'd play with all types of intensity, and then he'll turn around and, you know, he wouldn't give it to you.
And maybe Jordan wants to leave at the very peak. So far, he hasn't contradicted his statement at the beginning of the year that this is the last go-round. There's probably some wiggle room, but he hasn't said anything to the contrary. And there is Bryant reminding us that just in case.
And you got Kobe coming down, doing his Jordan imitation, the scoop. You know, he comes down and he gives him the up fake, up and under finger roll off the glass. See, that's called the low finger roll. What, you know, we did in Detroit when you break it up too early. We had, you know, I thought we had a great basketball team. And, you know, as long as these guys are playing well, they should keep them together.
Bryant is on him. MJ over him. Blunt with the rebound.
See, I loved playing in the All-Star game. It was the ultimate playground game.
Speaking of playground, Kobe goes behind the back and then drops it through.
See, it's showtime now in the form. You got Kobe behind the back, reversed off the glass. See, he brings him baseline, and then he stops, shift, takes it behind his back. Pippen goes by him, and then he goes up real with a nice little soft touch.
The Jazz came into Chicago last week and won there. And they'll get another crack at the Bulls on Wednesday in Salt Lake City. Now, the Lakers have put a beating on them here today. These are teams that potentially... By the way, Dennis Leary has a line in the movie Wag the Dog. He says, I'm going to tell Rodman to turn his hair into some kind of leopard deal, a leopard skin deal. But Rodman says he'd already done it before he heard about the movie. In this case, art imitating life. So that does it. The Lakers by 25, 112-87. Ahmad will talk with Kobe Bryant when we come back.